damn it. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. But I can go stage 1 plus. They have a stage 1 plus. Oh man, so alright, so
what's the stage 1 plus?
Stage 1 plus looks like it is
with an intake?
With an intake. So with the Cobb intake, but you can go back to the dealer. A battery charge is recommended. Please turn on. Hey guys, welcome back to JR14. Here I am back with my MK7. I finally ended up doing something pretty cool. I ended up flashing the car, finally at a stage 1. A lot of you guys have been asking about it, like why when you gonna tune the car, you do all these mods to it. As you guys know, in the previous videos I've done a AWE catback exhaust with stock downpipe so far, and I also upgraded to an integrated engineering open air intake. But now everyone's been asking me which company did I go with? Did I go with APR? Did I go with Unitronic? Did I go with Eurodyne? To answer that question, I didn't go with any of those people. I actually ended up going with Cobb. Yes, I went with Cobb Accessport, and a lot of you guys are gonna say, well, why for 2017 would you go with a Cobb Accessport? With the Cobb Accessport is for a number of different reasons. Like I said, the main reason why I went with this is for the functionality and practicality of this unit. One, I buy the unit. I don't buy just a program of a flash. This does more than just tune the car. Yes, you do get their off-the-shelf map. So you do get a stage 1, their stage 1 plus, that's with an intake of course, their stage 2, and also their stage 3 kits. Now, the great thing about these is that if I want to sell it in the future, boom, it goes right back. It goes. I can unmarry to the car, I can sell it to another owner that's looking to purchase this thing later on, and I get some money back. Rather than if I get a tune, just a flash, then you know it's okay. Then oh, I'll just get a flash, and then I lose that money. I basically lose that money. I don't get it back. I can't resell it or anything like that. But the good thing about this also is that if I do have an error code, or if I have a check engine light that comes on, I don't have to go to the dealer to figure that out. I don't have to buy another scan tool to figure that out. This will also show me the code that's on the dashboard as far as the car, as far as the check engine light, and also I can clear it from here. It's just a case if I solve that issue or I fixed it, or if I know what it is, I could just flash it and like just clear the code if need be, if it's something minor. But another good thing about this is that maps. I plan to pro tune this car later on in its life, and I know that I'll be able to do that, and I can save the map on here later on. So it's actually pretty cool to use. The Cobb Stage 1 Plus. So much, wow. It's so much better than stock. Now, it pulls a lot harder. I believe the GTI's standard make around 16 to 17 pounds of boost. Now I'm pushing like mid 25 PSI to the stock turbo on a stage 1, which is a huge gain in boost and power. Some say that they got around 260 to 265 wheel horsepower on the stock map to 280 wheel horsepower, and the torque is anywhere from 300 to 320 wheel torque. And I love it. It's just been a fantastic. I've had it for like about 3 weeks already. Car's no issues. It's more responsive, pretty much around the same gas mileage. Of course, if you're getting on it most of the time, you're gonna get worse gas mileage. That's just a given, because now you have more boost, which is more fuel, which is more power. You're changing all those variables. So yeah, you will have worse gas mileage if you're getting on it. I can definitely say that when you get on the power, it's definitely, whew, it's definitely more aggressive. You can even hear the turbo working more. You hear it spooling quicker. You hear it spooling harder. So it's like you feel it. You feel the power. You see what's going on. It's definitely a better experience. It's it pulls ridiculously, man. Oh my God. With Cobb is really simplified to work with, in regards to functionality, as far as it's really, like, I guess the term I'm going to use is that when you use this Cobb Accessport, it's really user friendly. It's really simple to use, really easy to install. I actually have some clips here of, you know, you seeing the me installing the car. And if you don't know how to install a Cobb Accessport, I actually did make a video, I believe a year ago or 2 years ago, with me installing a Cobb Accessport on my friend's Evo MR. So check that above the screen in the upper right hand corner. But definitely, you know, you give it up to Cobb, because Cobb knows what they're doing. You know, they know what they're doing when it comes to parameters and tuning and a lot of other things. Now, you know, everyone's just saying, oh, well, you know, go with APR, no one better than APR. It's not that I don't like APR. I think they have some of the most solid tunes out there. And it's been proven numerous times that they have one of the most solid tunes in the market for Audi and Volkswagen. It's just well known. But, you know, when it comes down to things as far as like, okay, I wanna change the maps today. I wanna have multiple maps. I want to be able to, oh man, I'm running a check engine light. Let me run that code and see, let me scan the car and see, to see, okay, if it's something noticeable that could be easy fixed, or do I have to take the car back in to the dealer? Oh man, I need to go to the dealership. I need to flash my car back to stock like today. You can't do that with APR. You can do it with APR, but the problem is that you have to go to a shop to flash the car over and over again. And it's annoying. And if I want to get another tune that's more custom fit and tailored to my specific vehicle and the climate that I'm a part of, I can do that all with the Accessport by logging it, send it out to a specific tuner that I want to work with, and then after that, I'll be able to figure out the tune that way and just get everything going, and just be like, okay, I want to make this amount of power. I want to be able to make this amount of power. This is how I want the car to feel. This is how I want the car to feel when I'm driving it. I don't want something that's going to be very aggressive. I want something a little bit more conservative. And they'll be able to work with you, and they'll be able to email you a map, and that'll be it. And you have a map. Actually, I even bought the Cobb Accessport from MA Performance, and they even include their off-the-shelf map, which runs, I don't know how much pounds of boost. I have it logged on. I have it loaded onto the Cobb Accessport. However, I did not flash it to the car yet. Because I want the car to learn parameters outside of its ECU, outside of its factory parameters. So all I just did was the off-the-shelf map Cobb off-the-shelf map stage 1, performing slightly, but when you can still punch on it. This thing's beastie, man. It's a completely different car night and day. I always felt like with the GTI, it was quick, and the stock map is not a bad map, but it was just like, felt like, take a chain and put like 200 pounds behind it and let it drag it. That's kind of what it felt like. It felt like something was pulling the car back, but not anymore. It felt like you just like cut that chain off and just let the car have its full potential. That's what the car feels like today. But the Cobb Accessport is definitely, I would think, a good way to go. A lot of people were skeptical about Cobb, also due to the fact that they just started with Volkswagen with the MK6 platform, and then they came on with the MK7 platforms. And actually, I don't know if you know this, but if you get a Cobb Accessport, the Cobb Accessport is different for 2015 to 2016 model GTI. So I actually had to wait until they came out with something for the 2017 model, which is the Cobb Accessport that I have today. So yes, 2015 to 17, all Cobb Accessports are available for all current years of the GTI. They said they're going to do something in development with the Golf R, but there is no word of that yet, and they're not. They said, if you go on their website and you look at the comments, they did say that they're not interested in working with the Golf 1.8T, which is kind of a shocker to me, because actually that TSI platform, the 1.8, is also a really good platform to work with. It's not a slouch at all if you do some work to it. It's definitely worth spending the money for, especially when you're definitely in the market for a tune and you want to have something that's simple, easy to use, plug and play. Maybe it took me 20 minutes to install it, and it's there. does very well with pulling. It pulls very hard. It scared me at first, but you know, I spoke to a lot of other people. It was just like, you know, no, that's normal as far as when a flash comes. Like GTIs will make around 24 to 24 pounds of boost. I mean, and it's not like consistent boost. It's like a spike. So once you hit that peak of 25 pounds of boost, then it actually falls off. But the consistent number as far as linear boost before it falls off is around 22, 23 pounds of boost, which is still a lot of boost. It's fun to drive, and I love it. I think it's a great platform to work with. I think people should definitely, if you are in the market, if you have a GTI and you were like me trying to figure out wanting to go to stage 1, but you want something that you can take home with you. And then let me just refrain. Let me just say this. There are other tuners out there that have like a flash at home setup or platform. But here's the problem. I have a Mac computer. I don't have a Windows. So I have a Mac. I would have loved to go with something like Eurodyne or Unitronic. I would love to go with those brands, but the problem is that you have to have a Windows computer with pretty decent specs to run that type of map, but to run those maps. But the problem is that I don't have it, so I gotta pay $700 to get all the hardware for tuning, and then I gotta spend another $300, $400 for a PC, which basically makes my tune almost $1,200, and that didn't seem feasible to me. Good thing about the Accessport, it was 650 bucks. You just have to register it. You can have a Mac or you can have a Windows computer. Their application manager operating system works on both OS 10 and as well as Windows. Let's get back on this power. God, it's fun. It's fun. It makes it that much more enjoyable. And it's kind of scary a little bit because you can really get up to some really aggressive speeds very quickly. And the last thing, one last thing reason why I went with Cobb. I went with Cobb for a number of different reasons, but another really important factor is I can look at everything. I can look at all the parameters in real time. And that's a huge thing for me because as I'm learning this stuff, and this is my first real performance car besides the Accords that I had, but you're not really known as performance. But I'm really putting a lot of money into this car. I'm putting a lot of money into the parts, and now I'm tuning it. So I want to see how the tune is affecting the behavior of the vehicle. And I can look at that real time, all the time. And I can do up to 6 maps at once. So far, like right now, I have boost pressure, my feedback knock, torque at the clutch. I would like to see what the car is making torque-wise to the actual clutch or to the flywheel. The coolant temperature, just want to make sure my temperatures are stable and where they're supposed to be. My engine temperature, obviously for the same reasons of why I just said coolant temperature. And I'm running my IAT, which is intake air temperature. That's very important because you want to make sure you see you want to see the temperature that's going inside the intake, and you want to make sure like, okay, this is too hot. This is when you know it's going to start to heat soak. Yeah, I like it. Whoa. No. Ah, damn it. Damn, clutch is slipping already. Damn it. 3 weeks. 3 weeks.